Does the Mike Tyson turtle knock out the Jake Paul turtle?
I don't know. I don't think Mike Tyson knocked anybody in a long time. And, Mike still can punch, I'm pretty sure.
Boxing legend Bernard Hopkins believes Iron Mike still has what it takes to steal the show from Jake Paul. As the November 15th fight approaches, Tyron Woodley expressed excitement over seeing Mike Tyson back in action. Though nearly 60, Tyson's skills remain formidable, and Woodley feels the matchup is balanced. He believes no one would have dared to face Tyson in his prime.
Fight coming up, Jake Paul, and also the Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Who do you think has this one right here? I mean, who do you have your money on?
It's a very even fight, to be honest. It's even because of the age of Mike Tyson and this.
Okay.
I think it's an even fight because of the age of Mike Tyson. He's completely, obviously, out of his prime. When in his prime, most of his fights were almost attempted murder. So literally, Jake wouldn't have stood a chance. Nobody would even commission or sanction a fight against him and Mike Tyson.
In a humorous retelling, Joe Rogan shared how he felt intimidated by Tyson's presence in his studio. He enlarged his table to create more space, telling the story to Snoop Dogg. Tyson's imposing presence clearly left a lasting impression on Rogan.
Snoop, let me tell you a story. The reason why this table's this wide, this is true. This is a true story. When I first moved to I had a smaller table that I was going to set up, and I was like, maybe I'll be a little more intimate with the guest. And then I had Mike on one time, and the first time I had him on, Mike was not training at all, and he said he can't work out at all because it'll ignite his ego, and he just smokes a lot of weed. And we had a great conversation. It was real fun. And then he came back on again to promote the Roy Jones fight, and he was jacked. His giant muscles in his forearms.
Stomach was gone.
And he looked like he was ready to go.
Adam Smith shared his conflicted feelings about Tyson's return to the ring, describing it as both sad and captivating. He acknowledged Jake Paul's involvement adds entertainment value, though perhaps cynically. Smith was also excited to see Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano on the card.
It is sad in many ways that he's coming back at nearly 60, but it's one of those things that you just can't take your eyes off. You're going to watch it. Jake Paul doing his own thing. It's I don't know, it's cynical for me a little bit, but at the same time, people are going to watch. It's entertainment in quotes. I love the fact that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano have got a terrific fight on the bill, so there is real boxing.
UFC CEO Dana White didn't hold back, voicing his dislike for Jake Paul and hoping to see him knocked out. White noted that Paul's persona divides fans, but many would enjoy seeing him lose. His strong stance highlights the intense emotions this fight has stirred.
You talk about fights, everybody has an opinion.
Yes.
Because everybody thinks they're a
And you want
Nobody thinks they're an expert about okay? And some of these other sports. But fighting, everybody has an opinion. One reason or another. You don't like his attitude. Like, if I brought up Jake Paul, pretty much everybody in the room and the other room wants to see Jake Paul get knocked out.
Hopkins explains that his disapproval of Tyson fighting younger opponents like Jake Paul is rooted in respect for Tyson's legacy. Having shared an era with Tyson, he feels that these comeback fights degrade Tyson's image, even if they come with substantial financial incentives. When asked how fighters should handle the desire to return to the ring, the itch, Hopkins humorously suggests taking a shower to resist the urge.
How I look at Mike Tyson. And I not only in the ring with Mike Tyson a few times, but the era, right? A little tip of the era. I just think it degrades him. And you got someone to cover up, like, you're getting $100 million, getting $200 million. Please. Okay.
I believe y'all call it that itch. When it comes to that itch, how do you, as a fighter on y'all level, tame that itch,
So you asking me when a fighter get that itch, what do you do to give it that? You take a shower. I'll see you.
Despite respect for Tyson's legacy, Adi Oladipo questions Tyson's decision to fight a younger opponent. Tyson explained that he still captivates audiences and wants to bring excitement back to boxing. Oladipo, though, feels Tyson's age and experience might work against him.
Which is why I have so many question marks around it. Anyway, let's hear from the great Mike Tyson. Adam Cattrall caught up with, asked him why he's decided to return to the ring.
You know why we're here now?
Go for it.
58. I'm going to fight in the biggest arena ever
and it's going to be sold out. And who else can do that?
Well, nobody. If I'm thinking about it, when I actually think about the things that you've already achieved, where you've fought in stadiums before, like Hampden Park, obviously, over on this side of the pond. I know that the Tokyo Dome had 40,000 people in there. I don't know what the ticket sales are like for this in Dallas.
We already sold Dodger Stadium out right now, and the amount of people that fit Dodger Stadium, we already sold that out already.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. praised Tyson, reflecting on how Iron Mike opened doors in the sport. Tyson's combination of charisma and talent, he said, transformed boxing and left a lasting legacy. Jones believes boxing wouldn't be the same without it.
How were you looking at Mike? How were you looking at Mike back then?
Back then?
Yeah.
Mike was a killer.
Yeah.
You know, and like you got to know that you don't go in and play with Mike because Mike is a killer.
Yeah.
And I thought he was one of the most entertaining things to ever come to boxing.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he really kept the game alive. Right until I got there. You know, he had kept it alive for me.
Yeah.
He opened the door because he was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Now, he was a little bit crazy with what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Never should have got put in prison for that robbing giving stuff.
Right.
Never should have went to jail for, or whatever he went for. The girl in the never should went to prison for that. But he was something that he carried the game for a while.
Yeah. Comedian T.K. Kirkland likened Tyson's experience to riding a bike, seeing it as a significant advantage over Paul's youth. He feels that, despite the 30-year age difference, Tyson's skill and experience might prove decisive. Kirkland is optimistic about Tyson's chances.
He's good, but when you're Mike Tyson, is like riding the bike.
Joe Rogan and Snoop Dogg joked about Tyson's possible state of mind entering the fight, recalling his relaxed demeanor in the Roy Jones match. Rogan speculated Tyson might use cannabis again to keep calm. They believe it could add an unpredictable twist.
Iron Mike Tyson.
The fact that he can still do that at 55.
And he's smoking weed, Joe, so he's probably in his best condition of his life.
I bet he's going in there high.
Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he? I think he said he fought Roy Jones high.
I know for
I believe it. Why wouldn't he? Like, he likes it. Makes him more calm and relaxed.
I walked through everybody's dressing room before the fight and made sure they had their pep speech for me.
Gilbert Arenas, concerned for Paul, hopes there are safety measures in place, given Tyson's power. Arenas worries that Paul isn't fully prepared for Tyson's punching force, even at his age. He feels Tyson's strength could pose a serious risk.
I hope there's some stipulations into that clause. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's rules that protects Jake Paul. Because, yeah, he's 57. But is he? Is he really 57? Punching power? Is his punching power 57? No. Right? One, he probably hits 3 times harder than Jake Paul can possibly ever hit, right? I will hope Jake Paul is on some type of steroid. I will hope not to punch back Tyson. That's gonna work.
Jorge Masvidal noted the 30-year age gap between Tyson, 57, and Paul, 27, questioning Tyson's ability to keep up. He highlighted Tyson's decline from his prime years, suggesting Paul's youth gives him an edge. Masvidal believes Tyson may struggle against a fresher opponent.
I don't care who you are, nobody's above Father Time. Tyson's what, like 6 years old, I think?
Tyson is 57.
57.
And Jake Paul is 27.
Yeah, you know, man, that you know, no matter how much of an athlete and mean Tyson was in his prime, this is way past his prime. So I just don't know how much of Tyson is left, you know. All these heavyweights that Tyson's been fighting, those shots just don't go away. You know, he's gotten hit by some of the hardest hitters that ever walked planet Earth, dead square on the jaw. So that only gets worse with time, you know. So could Jake beat him? Yeah. But is that Mike Tyson? No, it's not Tyson. We all know who Mike Tyson is. But obviously he's not fighting Mike Tyson, he's fighting the shuttle Mike Tyson.
In a recent interview, Tyson explained that his fight with Paul developed naturally after his exhibition with Roy Jones. He mentioned that Paul's rise in popularity made this matchup inevitable. Tyson feels it's a natural progression in his career.
So I know you here in Las Vegas training, getting ready for your match coming up with Jake Paul, November 15th in Dallas at the AT&T Stadium. Man, how did this fight come about and how you feeling in your training?
Hey, listen, I really don't know. I had fought the exhibition with Roy Jones.
Yes.
And he was on the card.
And as time went on, he started building a name for himself. It was a no-brainer that the two of us should get together, and we made the decision to do it.
Freddie Roach believes Tyson's experience will outshine Paul's youth, despite the age gap. Roach praised Tyson's skill and strength, which he feels remain intact. He's confident Tyson will deliver a memorable performance in the ring.
You know, I used to train Tyson. I like Mike a lot, and he does come by my gym once in a while to say hello and visit and stuff. And then all of a sudden his fight's coming up, and you know, it's a younger, maybe stronger man. But no, I can't say stronger.
Travis Kelce threw his support behind Paul, acknowledging his youth as an advantage. He questioned whether knockouts will be allowed, given Tyson's legacy. Kelce's curiosity about the rules adds an interesting angle to the fight's potential outcome.
Taking the Cleveland kid, even though Mike is, golly, I feel silly saying that, but I'll take Jake with the youth.
Knockout?
I don't know about a knockout. Are they allowed to knock each other out?
Yes, they are. Woo-hoo-hoo! They'll fight.
I don't know about a knockout, man. I've never seen Mike get knocked out.
Jake Paul reacted nonchalantly to Tyson's sparring sessions, in which Tyson dominated his partner. While Tyson's power and intensity were evident, Paul dismissed the training, confident in his own preparation. Paul's composure contrasts with the video hype.
Oh, Jake, did you see Mike Tyson
dropping his sparring partner? I was talking about
I saw it, and I don't give a Sure, he's looking good. Sure, he's looking all of that. Oh, he's dropping people. He's fast. So the am I. People want the truth.
I don't think people want you to kill Mike Tyson.
Okay.
UFC legend Randy Couture thinks Tyson's knockout power could still end the fight swiftly, even at 57. After seeing Tyson train, Couture feels confident Tyson can defeat Paul. He believes Tyson's power is just as dangerous now as it was in his prime.
You know, I used to train Tyson. I like Mike a lot, and he does come by my gym once in a while to say hello and visit and stuff. And then all of a sudden his fight's coming up, and you know, it's a younger, maybe stronger man. But no, I can't say stronger.
Evander Holyfield, recalling his legendary rivalry with Tyson, expressed doubts about Paul's confidence. He acknowledged Paul's speed advantage, but doesn't believe it will be enough. Holyfield respects Tyson's legacy, which adds weight to his perspective.
How much confidence that Jake Paul have in all this? But, you know, he's going to be a lot quicker. If he stay close to Mike, then his chance of winning going to be great. But he try to stay back from Mike, he gonna get caught. Mike is like a snake. He'll pop out on you. He get there too quick. But if you charge him, you're going to smother everything. Because everything he push off his legs. He push off his legs so he too close. Like this, but if you give him room, I mean, everybody get knocked out going backwards. Like this, you give him in the room, you're gonna be messed up.
Roy Jones Jr. emphasized Tyson's overlooked boxing IQ, which added depth to his raw power. Many fans remember Tyson's speed, but Jones praised his strategic skill in the ring. Tyson's intelligence, he believes, made him an even more formidable opponent.
How were you looking at Mike? How were you looking at Mike back then?
Back then?
Yeah.
Mike was a killer.
Yeah.
You know, and like you got to know that. You don't go in and play with Mike because Mike is a killer.
Yeah.
And I thought he was one of the most entertaining things to ever come to boxing.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he really kept the game alive. Right until I got there. You know, he had kept it alive for me.
Yeah.
He opened the door because he was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Now, he was a little bit crazy with what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he was highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Never should have got put in prison for that robbing Giving stuff.
Right.
Never should have went to jail for, or whatever he went for. The girl in the never should went to prison for that. But he was something that he carried the game for a while.
Yeah.
Stipe Miocic, looking forward to the fight, feels Paul could surprise fans. Miocic expressed pride in Paul's journey, noting that Paul has proven himself repeatedly. He remains supportive, believing Paul has what it takes to face Tyson.
Are we rolling?
You're gonna start rolling soon. Gaining weight.
Rolling.
Damn. Heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk was stunned by the tension surrounding the Tyson-Paul showdown. His reaction mirrored that of many fans as the fight drama continues to unfold. Usyk's curiosity adds intrigue to the anticipated event.
What did you call me? I didn't call you anything.
Mike will be put to sleep, and he will feel my power, and I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last time. What?
Tyron Woodley will attend the fight despite not being scheduled on the card. Initially set to fight, Woodley instead decided to support the event and watch from the sidelines. He's excited to see who will emerge victorious.
I like the fight. I'll be at the fight.
Okay.
I was originally fighting on the card. We couldn't find a formidable opponent that made sense. So now it's just to support the event and be a part of a big event in combat sports.
So what you're saying is you don't have a declared winner yet. You're just like, it's even.
And you know what? I'm glad I don't have to. Like sometimes when I commentate, sometimes when I analyze, I gotta have a strong who I think should win. But I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna see who's gonna win. They're gonna go out there and do the work.
Trainer Tim Welch praised Mike Tyson and Jake Paul for taking the fight, calling Tyson one of boxing's scariest figures, but doubting his ferocity at 57. Welch predicted Jake could win by decision, using distance and speed, and voiced health concerns for Tyson given his age. Nonetheless, Welch is excited for the match and encouraged others to feel the same.
And props to Mike Tyson. Props to Jake Paul, too, for taking this fight against Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a scary human being, one of the scariest human beings you'll ever see. I don't think he's going to be that same ferocious dog that he used to be. Obviously, 57 years old. I think Jake Paul's going to stay tight enough and be long enough and be quick enough and be able to pace himself long enough to get the job done by decision. I don't think Jake's going to knock him out. His head's too big, his neck's too big. I mean, I don't want to say never, but I just don't think he is. I think Jake Paul is going to win a decision, and I just hope nothing bad happens to Mike because he's an old dog and heart attacks are real. So hopefully he's training hard enough where he can make it through the fight, but I'm excited for it. Hope you guys are excited for it.
Andrew Tate criticized Paul's choice to face an older Tyson, calling it disrespectful to Tyson's legacy. Tate commented that he wouldn't accept money to fight Tyson in his current state, feeling it undermines Tyson's legend. He believes Paul should choose younger opponents.
Anyone talk shit about you fighting Mike, anybody is saying yes to that.
McGregor, KSI, all these fighters coming out and saying like, oh no, I wouldn't do that.
Like
bro,
fuck out of here.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? Again, no, because he's now old. It would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair. Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in a boxing match. He would have beaten me, so to beat him when he's past his prime just feels dishonorable, and I'd feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me to fight Mike Tyson.
Rampage Jackson expressed support for Tyson, his all-time favorite boxer. Despite Tyson's age, Jackson wouldn't bet against him, admiring his skill and resilience. Tyson's legacy and strength continue to inspire loyalty.
Man, I'd never bet against Mike Tyson. He's my favorite boxer.
Yeah. You think he can, he's had a health scare and everything. He's only getting older.
Yeah. Father time undefeated, but you know what I'm saying? I still ain't gonna go against Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. Anything happened in the boxing ring, but I ain't gonna go against Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson acknowledged that the most challenging aspect of his fight preparation is recovering from physical aches and pains. He noted that the physical toll on the body is a primary reason many fighters eventually retire, as the recovery process becomes increasingly difficult with age. Tyson is fully aware of the strain that ongoing training places on his body, highlighting the resilience required to maintain his conditioning at this stage of his career.
Like when the first fight I had with Roy, right? I said, I started training. I said, wow, this is the reason why I quit fighting. When those pains started, I said, wow, this is why I quit fighting. This is why. But you get over that, and now they got medicine out of pain. It's just the way they have now.
But the recovery is harder though.
Yes. I do good recovery. I do what I do. I take 2 days off, 3 days off, the weekend off. You know, and that builds my stamina.
Former mixed martial artist Chris Lieben noted that Jake Paul doesn't match Mike Tyson's skill level. However, he highlighted age as a critical factor, suggesting that Paul's youth and strength might give him an advantage against Tyson.
Hey, this month that everybody's gunning for, what's his name? Jake Paul.
How much money are we talking about?
Yeah, so let's just end it with that as we wrap this up. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, who's gonna win that?
Oh, I don't want to say anything, but you know, listen, because obviously we all love Mike Tyson. He's old though, man. Jake can hit. Jake can hit. You know, I think that fight can play out a couple different ways, but I think the longer it goes, I think Jake might be able to catch him. We'll see.
Wow.
Yeah, because I heard Jake got really good cardio, and
I mean, he's not a terrible boxer. I've watched all his fights. He's not a great boxer. He's nowhere near where Mike Tyson was. You know, if it was a 16-year-old Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul now, I would put every penny on that Mike Tyson. But, of course. But
Roy Jones Jr. predicted that Jake Paul would struggle to endure more than a few rounds against Mike Tyson, emphasizing Tyson's powerful punches as a major test of Paul's resilience. Jones believes that Tyson's knockout power would make it challenging for Paul to last in the ring, viewing Tyson's strength and experience as the defining factors in the matchup.
I don't think he'll severely injure Jake Paul because I feel like with Mike, the way Mike punches and as explosive as Mike is, if he clips Jake, Jake going down or going out. If he doesn't, then Jake will be fine. But I don't think Jake will take, like what really does damage is the repetitiveness. When a guy keeps getting hit over the rounds, 6th round, 7th round, 8th round, still getting hit with the same shots. Mike punches so hard that you're not gonna take his shots, 2 rounds in a row or 3 rounds in a row. That's not happening. Therefore, no permanent damage will happen to Jake.
Conor McGregor expressed skepticism toward the Tyson-Paul matchup, viewing it as more of a spectacle than a genuine competition. He dismissed the event as lacking authenticity, even mocking fans who intended to watch. McGregor's critique echoes a broader sentiment of doubt surrounding the fight's significance, with many questioning its purpose and value beyond entertainment.
Jake Paul, don't give a bollocks. They're wearing 14-ounce gloves. It's 2-minute rounds, is it? Who gives a bollocks? I hope Mike rattles the little dope. No one gives a about him. How was that even in the in Dallas Stadium? What's going on? Tyson, best of luck, bro. You look in good shape. So you had a little health scare. Don't know what happens on the plane.
Lennox Lewis expressed confidence in Mike Tyson's ability to compete, even with a significant 31-year age gap against younger fighters. Lewis remarked, if he's in good shape, he should be able to take it, underscoring Tyson's enduring physical fitness and resilience. This support from Lewis reflects the deep respect Tyson's legacy still holds within the boxing community, as legends continue to acknowledge his strength and iconic status in the sport.
Well, do you think that he can take it, or?
I haven't seen him lately to see if he can take it, but
right.
I've seen him with his shirt off. He looks like he's muscular. Of course he can take it.
Right, if he's trained enough or prepared.
If he's in good shape, he should be able to take it.
Coach Larry Wade revealed that Mike Tyson was initially enthusiastic about the fight, but after observing Jake Paul's performance against Mike Perry, he recognized he couldn't afford to underestimate him. With Tyson's extended time away from the ring, Wade pointed out that Mike now grasps the seriousness of the situation. He concluded that, with this renewed focus, Tyson is set for the fight, and they expect him to be fully prepared for the challenge ahead.
Initially, Mike was excited for the fight, but it's been a long time since Mike's been in the ring, and he had a chance to see what Jake did to Mike Perry. I think he understood that he could not play with Jake. He had to really take Jake serious. So I think that now he's focused. He understands what can happen in that ring. He's seen it, and he's ready for this fight. And we expect him to be. We don't want him not to.
Thanks for watching. If you're as pumped as Bernard Hopkins to see if Mike Tyson can outshine Jake Paul, hit that like button, subscribe for more boxing insights, and let us know in the comments. Who do you think will come out on top? Stay tuned for all the fight action, and we'll see you in the next video.